Trevor Milton, the founder of electric truck company Nikola, is voluntarily stepping down as executive chairman and giving up his board seat.
Hey, I'm Stephen and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. If you're Trevor Milton, see ya. Trevor Milton has officially resigned as the executive chairman of Nikola. So, what exactly is going on? Well, if you guys have seen any of my last 15, 16, 17 or so videos on Nikola, you'll probably have an inkling of why this has happened. In either case, we're going to discuss this, look at a little bit of the breaking mainstream finance media coverage and plenty more. And by the way, just in case anybody still owns Nikola stock at the moment, why do you still own Nikola stock? To be clear, that is a genuine question. I'm really trying to understand why anyone at this point in time is still holding on to Nikola stock. So please, if you do, let me know in the comments what's your thinking and reasoning behind holding the stock at this point in time. Hey guys, if you're in the US and you'd like to help out the channel and get a free stock, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account and fund it with $100, you'll get a free stock valued up to $1,600. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it.
Trevor Milton, the founder of electric truck company Nikola, is voluntarily stepping down as executive chairman and giving up his board seat. This move comes after short seller Hindenburg Research accused Milton of making false statements about Nikola's technology in order to try and grow and secure partnerships with automakers. Both the Justice Department and the SEC are investigating allegations made by Hindenburg. Nikola says that Milton agreed to relinquish 4.9 million performance-based stock units that had been granted to him back in August. Check out the stock, though. It's down by 29.5% this morning, a decline of about $10. In a tweet, Milton said that he intends to defend himself against false allegations leveled by outside detractors. Nikola board member Stefan Gursky has been appointed chairman effective immediately. He previously served as vice chairman of General Motors, and remember, just about a week and a half ago, GM took an 11% stake in the company and said that it will produce Nikola's hydrogen fuel cell pickup truck by the end of 2020. Check out GM shares, which, by the way, were up pretty significantly on the news that it had taken this stake in Nikola. They're down by about 3.8% this morning.
Weird. We'll see what comes out. But obviously, Hindenburg looks somewhat vindicated.
I just want to take a quick pause here first to say thank you to Hindenburg Research. I know you guys are watching. You've done an excellent service to many retail investors. So thank you for exposing these allegations of lies, deception, and misleading investors. And second, I just want to bring up a tweet from Trevor Milton in the wake of these allegations from Hindenburg Research almost 2 weeks ago. I quote, "Cowards run. Leaders stay and fight for integrity." Hindenburg is only making people love us more by trying to destroy us. It will take the rest of the day to address the one-sided false claims, but I will put out a detailed report to address it. In the meantime, troll on. As we know, subsequently, Trevor went radio silent and didn't post at all on social media until today, announcing that he's voluntarily resigned as executive chairman of Nikola.
Sorkin, if someone says, I don't want to make this about me, I want it to be about the company. We weren't making it, people were making it about Milton. They're making it about the company. I mean, either they got a proprietary technology or not. I mean, doesn't that sound like obfuscation? Kind of, I don't know. We'll see what finally comes out.
I'm actually going to jump to Trevor's defense here. While certainly this does appear to be obfuscation, the truth is, over the weekend this did take a very personal turn. Some text messages, alleged text messages between a younger Trevor Milton and an unknown woman have surfaced in which he appeared to be trying to pay her $1,000, $2,000 to sleep with a random stranger in a club. Not joking. I'm not making excuses here, but I did just want to emphasize that CNBS doesn't appear to be aware of these latest disastrous leaks.
From all this, but he was worth $1 billion. I don't know if he's below that at this point. I might get the hell out of there too.
As messed up as that sounds, I mean, fair point there from Joe. Trevor Milton's set for life. He's got the biggest house in Utah, a bunch of other toys, plenty of cash. Remember, he sold $70 million worth of Nikola stock at $10 per share not that long ago. It's not as if he knew this was going to happen.
And then we had Mary Barr on. What do you think of that? I mean, how much due diligence was GM?
I wonder whether his leaving has something to do with GM being unhappy about the situation and the fact that Gursky, who helped put that deal together, is now running the company.
Let me know in the comments below, do you think Trevor Milton voluntarily resigned? Or is it possible that the board of Nikola and pressure from GM kicked him the fuck out? I don't know. I've got no idea. I totally don't have an opinion on this. Please help out. What do you guys think happened?
And GM plays into all this. I don't know what you know about that, Phil, but it's not good, is it?
Well, the relationship remains between Nikola and General Motors, but Trevor Milton, who really was the driving force behind Nikola.
Wait. I thought gravity was the driving force of Nikola.
From the moment that the company first went public with the SPAC, with Invecto, and the stock exploded in May, all the way through 10 days ago, and that's when you had the research that came out that essentially was from a short seller saying, look, we think a lot of this doesn't add up, and we think that Trevor Milton at the heart of this is inflating the capabilities of what this company can do. So Trevor Milton issuing a letter last night to the Nikola board of directors and putting it out on social media, which has been his main platform. In it, he says, I asked the board of directors to let me step aside from my roles as executive chairman and a member of the Nikola board of directors. The focus should be on the company and its world-changing mission, not me. I intend to defend myself against false allegations leveled against me by outside detractors. So who takes over as chairman of Nikola? Steve Gursky. Steve Gursky, who was the chairman of Invecto, which put together the SPAC IPO with Nikola earlier this year. Former vice chair of General Motors, longtime analyst, auto analyst on Wall Street. He will be the executive chairman. Or he will be the chairman, not executive chairman of Nikola. What's going to be the reaction on Wall Street? Wedbush out with a note this morning. Trevor stepping down voluntarily at Nikola will be perceived by the street as a major near-term gut punch for the company's lofty EV ambitions as he plays a key role strategically in driving the company's vision. Yeah, how did he play that key role? Social media. He was every bit. People talk about how Elon Musk likes to use social media. Trevor Milton was very much in that mold where he was going to be out there. He was taking on the haters, and he was not afraid to use social media.
Now, I've got to give credit where it's due. If Trevor Milton's goal was to use social media to hype up Nikola's stock, to pump up the stock price, to bring in new retail investors, probably on the lower end of the bell curve, I think he did a very successful job at this. However, the house of cards appears to be collapsing, the walls are closing in, and I think all of Trevor's great work may be coming undone.
By the way, as part of his agreement to leave the company, he's a consultant to the end of this year. After that, he's gone completely, no role at all with the company, but he has to have all of his tweets with regard to Nikola. So if he wants to go on and say something about Nikola, it's got to be cleared by the legal counsel of Nikola, even though he is no longer at the company.
Now, is it just me, or is that a pretty big red flag that Trevor Milton isn't going to be able to tweet unvetted about Nikola even after he has voluntarily resigned as executive chairman and subsequently will have nothing whatsoever to do with the company except the fact that in the history books he was the founder?
So that's why you see this stock under severe pressure. Remember, this stock got up as high as, $50 a share after they announced the agreement with General Motors. But no more will Trevor Milton be the face and the voice of Nikola.
Well, Phil, he says the reason is because he doesn't want it to be about him anymore. But when a firm like Hindenburg makes a lot of allegations and then the founder actually does leave, doesn't that throw? I mean, I'm not saying whether there's smoke, there's fire, or I don't know what the end result is going to be, but it certainly seems like it would affect General Motors that it just coming so quickly after the big announcement and all the fanfare from that announcement.
Well, keep in mind, Joe.
And I know Hindenburg has a vested. I mean, they're short sellers, so they're going to say stuff too. But it just seems like it taints the whole good feeling about.
Well, it certainly doesn't look good. Without a doubt, it certainly doesn't look good. But in terms of an actual impact on General Motors, what impact does it have? GM taking an 11% stake in Nikola didn't pay any money. It had a chance to expand its size and scale in terms of EV production and cell production. That's still in place. That's still going to happen as far as this agreement between Nikola and General Motors. They still plan on having General Motors build the Badger electric vehicle truck. GM will still be supplying fuel cells for the hydrogen fuel cell semi that Nikola is developing and building in Europe.
Look, let's be honest about this. The GM-Nikola deal, from GM's point of view, in purely financial terms, was a no-lose situation. They put down no money, they get a big chunk of equity in the company, they get a commitment of future capital from Nikola to help them get the factory set up, bring these products to production. GM couldn't lose in financial terms, but boy oh boy, the reputational damage here is enormous. I mean, how embarrassing for GM. Let's be honest about this. This is an enormous fuck up. It's not minor. It's not insignificant, okay? It brings into question GM's competence, their ability to do thorough due diligence, to make intelligent decisions about the future. And honestly, in my personal opinion, I think it heavily hints at their desperation to get some EV clout and try and look cool. The bottom line is this is an absolute train wreck for GM, and I would be furious if I was a shareholder. But I'm not, because I think they're going bankrupt this decade, and I prefer to invest to make money, not lose it all. Just saying.
Now look, does it have a greater impact in GM if there's another shoe to drop? If somewhere down the road, Nikola says, look, we're not going to be able to do this, right, or a part of our plan doesn't come forward. Phil, yes, you're right. That does have an impact. But at this point, it's, things remain the same.
Right.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. I'm calling it now. In Phil's words, there will be more shoes to drop regarding Nikola. Mark my fucking words. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Phil, is GM in a position, if they wanted to call a MAC, a material adverse change clause in their contract, claiming that something here has happened?
Andrew, I don't know the details of the contract. It would seem to me that if these allegations that were put out there by Hindenburg, if they are greater than what we've seen already in terms of an impact with Trevor Milton leaving the company, perhaps General Motors could do that. I get no indication from talking with people familiar with the relationship between GM and Nikola that GM has any indication or any inclination, I should say, to end this agreement.
That to me just sounds like some combination of desperation and idiocy. What's stronger than idiocy? Moronicism? Yeah, let's call it moronicism. I mean, seriously. GM are morons for engaging in this deal. It looked good on the surface, but they should have thought about this, done their due diligence, and realized the train wreck that was around the corner. I mean, it hasn't been a secret. It's not like there weren't questions about this company before the deal was announced. It's not like there weren't dozens, if not hundreds of videos on YouTube from people like myself and many others going, hang on a minute, there's a lot of red flags here, guys. I'm a little bit suspicious. It's not like this is a surprise. So GM, either morons or desperate, or something else that I haven't thought of. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Why did GM make this deal? And what are they going to do now? Will they back out immediately? Will they wait a few weeks, for a few months, a few years? What's going to happen? And as for Nikola and Trevor Milton, I mean, look, I've never met Trevor Milton. I don't really know the guy. We've had some indirect interaction where he saw a tweet of one of my videos and described me as a bottom feeder of society and told me to go clean a beach. I haven't cleaned a beach yet, Trevor. I'm sorry to disappoint, but that's because I have no access to one at the moment. I'm in Argentina, busy working on content about your company. I mean, the company that you were just kicked out. I mean, the company that you just resigned from. So, sorry I haven't had that opportunity, but it was a great suggestion, my friend. Now, Trevor's an upstanding gentleman, of course. Very nice guy. I wish him all the best, but I think he's in a little bit of trouble. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget your free stocks with WeBull and Stake using the links below. Deposit $100 in your WeBull account, you'll get a free stock valued up to $1,600, and Stake, spin the roulette wheel, you'll either get Nike, GoPro, or Dropbox. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server, and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.